Is that right? What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Narik Chase channel. I have with me here today Miss Madam B, and as always with our Madam B and Narik reviews, me and Madam B are going to be reviewing a movie. Now, man. But yes, this time around we are going to be doing Jason X. And I keep putting Jackson S. Jason X, 2001 horror film. I think it's the 10th installment of the 10th installment of the Friday the 13th film series. And of all the kookiness that we've seen throughout the series, we finally get it topped off by having Jason go to space and killing people. That's basically the gist of it. All right, and we watched this 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
It was 2 nights ago we saw this movie, and what are your general thoughts of it?
Well, not my first time seeing it, but like I said, I wanted to go back and watch it through new eyes. First impressions, through old eyes, it was good. Through new eyes, I noticed some, how shall we say, discrepancies.
I was gonna say problems, but okay.
In the film. But like I said, new eyes. Like Kane Hodder, he always does his job in the Jason, series. I think he's very good. Even though he doesn't talk, he's very good with the way he portrays himself.
He's just a big dude. That's the only credit you say. He's just a big guy. That's it.
I'm just saying. Can you do that?
Walk around and not say nothing? Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't do that for the purpose of this video. This will be a very short video.
Okay. Well, anyway, and you?
The movie was. I've always thought the movie was cheesy. It was pretty bad. I don't say it's like bad. It's just. It's part of the Jason series. It's a B movie, at best, I guess you could say. It's entertaining. I mean, I guess you say all of them most of them are entertaining, but it isn't. Like if you watch it, and you look at the budget and the box office, you can see why it didn't make the money.
Ooh.
Why it bombed pretty much.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah. So the movie could have been better. It's got some interesting things that they brought to the table, but it could have been a hell of a lot better.
Like the whole story.
Everything. Almost everything about this movie could have been better.
Okay, so after all that time, they finally captured Jason and they had him held up in this facility, and then things went bad. He somehow escaped. Did not understand how.
This is my thing. Why was he in chains? And why was there one guard watching him? And if he could have got out the chains any time, why didn't he do it before the beginning of the movie?
And they know how dangerous Jason is, so why would they have him just in chains? Why not in a concrete thing with little bars about like that? Anything.
I told you, I would have just sunk him in like concrete and just all you can see is his head. And not even that, I would have just cut his head off, buried his body in concrete, buried that in like 20 feet of dirt, and then put like 20 more feet of concrete on top of it, and then just smushed his head, and that'd have been the end of it.
Yeah, and you remember when, what's her name? She said, well, there was no way to actually kill him. Nobody thought about chopping off his head. So when they did catch him,
all of the methods that she said was like methods you would kill a normal person.
Yeah.
Firing squad, injection, lethal injection, electrocution. Really?
Like all of that just made him stronger.
Like all that stuff right there, it gonna kill a regular person. Then they tell him he can regenerate, but if you look at him, he clearly cannot regenerate. The only other person I've seen that looked that fucked up and could regenerate was Deadpool.
I mean, so what would you call it? He's just what?
He's a zombie. He just sustains the damage. He just keeps it.
He said you stains the what?
I said sustains the damage.
Oh, okay.
Because I talk so fast, it's just a second task.
All right. So after he killed everybody in the facility, after they got him into that cryo chamber, and so many years later, 445 to be
Hold on.
exact.
That's another thing I want to address right quick.
I was getting to that. I guess.
No, not that.
Oh.
Do you remember when the military guys came there to come get him?
Yeah.
Why were they so like I don't understand how they were so dismissive of him. He wasn't a regular prisoner. They all know his record.
Yes.
He can't be killed by conventional way. The weapons that they brought were stupid. Mm-hmm. I mean, they would kill a regular person, but they ain't bring nothing cool like a grenade launcher or nothing like that, or a pump action shotgun.
And you didn't see actually extra people to actually haul Jason. You just saw the military men and their suits. So like, okay,
and it was like 6 people.
Yeah, like okay, we're gonna haul him out of here and do something like.
Okay. In fact, you ever see Hannibal? No, remember in Suicide Squad where they hauled Killer Croc in? He was on that little thing like this and he couldn't move, mm-hmm. and he had to. That's what he should have been in. So I'm like, wait a minute, and the dude was like, oh, Jason, oh no, we got this. We can do this. And I'm
mm-hmm.
like, y'all got a facility built to keep this guy, so that means he's a pretty serious player.
Yeah.
You don't just act like that. And then they all got killed. That like in 30 seconds.
Yeah, so right there that kind of hint at something wrong with the whole story and movie if they didn't take it seriously like that. Like I said,
it's predictable.
Like you said, Jason, he ain't got to where it's just like just entertaining basically.
Mm. And he does teleport. That's the second time we've seen him do that. No, I think that's about the third time I've seen him do that.
And we have been able to think that he does teleport because I didn't see actually an exit out of the room they were in. All of a sudden he's behind Rowan. That's her name.
Which, if you think about it, he just threw the guy through the door.
Yes.
So why he just didn't come through that same door?
Right.
So yep. Jason teleports people. Okay, go back to the people coming from the in the future.
Now, this is what you had a problem with. You said when they came to investigate the place, they came straight to that room. They didn't go anywhere else in the facility. So that was your problem with that.
Yeah, they went straight to the room. Like they knew that was there. They
mm-hmm.
You didn't see a scene where they were searching. They didn't give you a reason why they were there. And if you look at the whole environment,
mm-hmm.
When they got back up, there's no reason for them to have been there. Like, how did they know it was there? There was literally nothing else around.
No.
So why? What was the point of them going there?
Could it have been?
If it was like
very off.
I mean, it's been like 200 years, and we don't know what the facility looked like before then. But the thing about it is, there was like no reason for them to be there. Now, if they said that it was, there was like they found like a marker go off in there or something.
Basically, it was like a field trip to them.
But it was like, why there? There's no reason. Because what happened? They went there, they literally got those 2 bodies, and what happened? They left. They didn't keep exploring it to see what else they had there.
Mm-hmm.
They just, that's literally what they came there for.
Okay. Good, true.
So I'm like, come on now, at least give us a reason why you came down there.
Okay, what do you think their reasons were that they got Jason's body instead of just the girls?
It's same reason, no reason to bring his body. And then it's like, why would you open up the cryo? I told you that door came open way too easy.
Yeah, it should have taken something very after over 400 years.
Even with that thing, that should have been just iced over. Like, mm-hmm. It should have been froze.
Yes.
So, I can understand what happened to the girl. They were like, yeah, as soon as they opened the door, it broke containment. She started kind of breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. But everything else they did after that,
mm-hmm.
Nope.
Alright, so they're back on the ship with the 2 bodies. What was your next thing of it? Your next kind of problem with it?
I did catch up, like, one of the things that I was like, why? Remember I said, why the military were on the ship and not with them?
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense. And it wasn't like the military guys were doing anything important. They were just chilling. And I'm like, you at least had half, like at least three. You had like a 7 or 8 man team. You could have had 4 people stay on the ship and 4 people.
Yeah, because they did take just the students into that facility instead of 2 or 3 military men. I don't know how many it was of that man's team.
So I'm like, that makes more sense because even though life on the planet might be hostile or whatever, you don't know if there's creatures down here that's hostile to people. You don't know if there's people still on the planet that's hostile to people. So it's like, what was the point of the military being there if there's this quote unquote scientific expedition with students when the military aren't there with the expedition? That's stupid.
Right. So it kind of made sense for them to be there on the ship just in case, but they didn't get off the ship with them.
Because if you think about it, the dude, the leader guy, probably would have made them leave Jason back behind.
Like, yeah, he don't look right.
Yeah. So that was like, come on now, y'all got to do better. Oh.
All right. My next thing was, and I mean, the movie's not all bad, but there's so many problems. When the girl, you said she was taking out the eye, and how she didn't hear him move or even get off the table.
She didn't even see the eye.
Teleported off the table.
She didn't see the eye. She was like, I'm like, you're not. I rewinded that. She wasn't looking at that damn eye.
So, I mean, he basically he teleported off the table because she didn't hear a thing. There wasn't any music playing. It was just her in the quiet room.
The soundtrack wasn't even playing. That's how quiet it was up in there.
So she didn't hear him get off the table and come up behind her. So he just So that was my next thing. Where I mean, come on now, you didn't hear anything. Plus, you're by yourself because you had sent them 2 freaks off somewhere.
Because that right there was plot twist. Because if she was what was she, a teacher? She had to have been a teacher.
Maybe she. Well, the students she sent off were 2nd year, like she said. So she had to been
like an assistant or something. She had to be some type of a teacher.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't make no sense for him to be there by himself. What was his profession anyway?
I don't know. All she had to do was tell them, like, okay, get your stuff together and we need to do this.
No, I'd have told her, get the hell out of here. Don't you see we're doing something? But
no, he was in there to help them. And then, I guess because they were girlfriend and boyfriend, they started, which didn't make
no sense. And that was another thing, because they did throw all of that crap in there, too. The whole shallow, one-dimensional characters that talk about sex and all of that stuff.
Okay, so Jason is up. He's going. Rowan is up.
Who the hell is this professor guy, though? Like, what? I'm still trying to figure out who the hell this guy was. Like, what was his profession?
A professor?
Of what?
Did they actually say?
It don't say it on here. All you know is he's a professor. And he's like some black market guy kind of too.
Okay, well.
They never really say. You don't even know what the hell he was a professor of. Again, go back to why you don't know why the hell they went there. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Alright, so he's up and... okay, what I didn't get was... From what we saw outside, the ship is huge. So, but it's like Jason knew his way around the ship.
Yep.
He went to where the 2 were having sex in the room, killed one, left the other one, took the body, and that's what we were talking about also, how Jason have these elaborate setups with the bodies, with his dead bodies. Like, he'd just be playing with them and setting them up to where they can scare people.
Which, in this movie, they didn't do. Now I think about it, they didn't do it at all.
But he did take that one boy, and it didn't make no sense.
He should have killed that dude, killed the other chick. That would have been into her. At least she wouldn't have ran to the fucking ship and blew it up. Dumb whore.
I guess that's what they were. But yeah, that didn't make any sense either.
And see, the one thing is, I've always had problems with the whole the Friday the 13th series, because they follow too many of these same damn tropes. One thing is, they did the thing where Jason Jason kind of got to a point where he started kind of killing people, but they were using his futuristic techniques kind of. Because think about it, and some of the kills was lame. Like the one dude with the long hair that was playing the game, and the bald guy, he broke one guy over his knee, and then he bashed one guy head in. I was like, so y'all were just that lame. To what Jason literally just cut this alien creature thing in half, but you don't want him to use his machete to kill the two humans right there.
And yeah, like he said, a different kill for every person.
The one I didn't understand was cool, but I didn't understand it was the whole thing where he killed the chick, he put her face in the water, and it froze her face. But I was like, how did he know that was going to happen?
Some people think of Jason as kind of mental, I guess. Not all there. That's not true.
That dude, there's no way in hell he would have known that would have done that. No. And then you could say, well, he was just trying to kill her. But I'm like, he had to drop. He had to drop on her. There were all those tools and stuff. You see, after he killed her, machete, the futuristic machete is already over there. So it's like,
looking at me.
Yeah. So I'm like, why he just didn't get that machete and just stab her in the back or something? That would make more sense.
Like he knew the liquid nitrogen was gonna do all that.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work.
But that's like in even with the in the Freddy versus Jason, he was the way he killed the dude in the bed, and then he stabbed him. Like, okay, he broke his back. He was already dead. He stabbed him first. Then he broke his back. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so it really didn't take all that.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, but this dude Tommaso, a collector. Who in the hell gonna collect a dead ass body that's all fucked up after 400 years, and it was retarded before then? Really? Come on, nah.
I don't know about him being retarded, as you say. We just know he was deformed as a child, and I don't know where that went. That went to him being deformed to Uber Jason.
And then the part that I wished could have been a lot better, of course, was the Jason versus the future security guys. Not only did their weapons suck ass, their armor sucked ass. There was nothing futuristic about them. Their tactics sucked ass. Because you had one point where they were working together, and then Jason was like, remember Jason pulled the one guy back and broke his neck again. It had to be a different type of kill. But and then the two chicks in front of them didn't even hear it. And it's like, we can hear it. They can't.
And see, the way he picked them off, it's like none of your futuristic weapons made any sense. If he picked y'all off like that, if Jason can pick y'all in that big ass space station, it was always dark.
That was one thing. One, it was too damn dark. And another thing was, I never like watching military characters break under pressure like that. I understand that, you're fighting this force that's unknown to you and stuff, but you are hardened. You are trained to be hardened. You're trained to react to things like that. Yes, you'll be surprised to some extent about some of the things. Like, the best example, if you watch the movie Aliens, when the aliens started attacking, some of them kind of freaked out, but mostly because they got their actual weapons taken from them. But what happened? What my girl Vasquez said? Let's rock! They went, and that's when you got the badass fight. It sucked because you don't get to see a lot of it. You just hear it. But that's what built suspense. But that's what should have happened. Like, it should have been...
KM, the robot.
The robot was one of her. And, in fact, what was it? Jason teleported again. Because remember when they were lighting him up? He disappeared right in front of them. They didn't know where he went.
Yes. Because that was basically the cockpit, right? So where could he go?
No, that wasn't a cockpit. It was a lab. Like No, it was in there. It was in that same area.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Where all the keyboards and stuff was.
No, that the dude had his lab in that space that they were hunting him in.
Okay.
He had his lab up in there. And then later on, that's when he goes and he gets him in. He gets him again in that small what's in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Not another time. But I'm like, Jesus. So he teleported again. If it was a mystery before, they made sure he did it now.
Yeah.
That boy said, choo choo, gone. But,
right. So,
yeah, the military sucked ass. The security team, one of the worst security teams I've ever seen.
What about Crutch?
Who?
Not Crutch. We already know what happened to him. The black dude. What's his name?
He of everybody in the film, of like the 3 people in the film that were actually likable, he was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was him, the chick, the main chick, and
Cam, the robot.
I want to say she was too.
Well, at least she kicked ass.
No, I mean, I'm not going to say that that she should be, because she was whooping his ass. It was just, nah. Because a lot of the stuff that she did was kind of stupid. It was like show offy types, like stupid stuff.
Yeah, she got all of.
But it's like her as a character, and I'm like, okay, yeah, she was a likable character.
I mean, she was a robot. Well, they tried to make her a robot.
So I could probably say her. She was likable. The dude that programmed her was likable. He was a nerd, of course.
Brodsky, that was the black dude.
And yeah, so the black guy and it's like 4 people in the movie that was actually likable.
All right, so where are we at?
Remember we were talking about the characters and how the whole space station destruction scene.
Yes. When they were getting ready to land at Solaris, the ship was bigger than Solaris because after a hit, it just blew up. Like, okay, where was the ship gonna land? From what we was watching it, Solaris was too small to.
This ship looked like it was probably like 1/3 of the size, and it's like this ship should not have been that big.
Right.
That the city Solaris should have been like 1,000 times bigger than that ship. Like the ship is supposed to go into the place. Mm-hmm. This ship looked like it was a part of it. Got a new subscriber, yeah.
So that's when it was like you said there was no force field over it or no.
It was like a dome, and then everything else was buildings. And I was like, so the buildings are outside of the dome? That doesn't make sense.
Right.
That's what he was running. They was running through.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, it wouldn't have blown up because they were buildings. All they would have did was suck all the air and shit out. And people got sucked out, but it didn't like it. Literally
didn't see nobody. Like, okay, what was Solaris? It was
like a space station
with people on it.
But that's why I said it didn't make any sense for that ship to be that big. One, that space station should have been able to take on like an automatic autopilot. Mm-hmm. They should have been able to did it from the space station itself. So it wouldn't take somebody on the ship to do it.
Right.
This ain't like they're landing a plane. This is them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They should have been able to take over and initiate the autopilot thing. Which it should have had an autopilot anyway.
They ran straight into it. It was just, and then
on top of that, it wasn't like any security measures. Like, okay, if it get too close, we'll just blow the shit up. Nope. So I'm like, if there's a meteor coming, or if it gets attacked by aliens, what do y'all do? So it's cool because you're like, man, Jason responsible for killing the whole space station full of people, and you think about it, it's like, no.
Now that space station, like he could have fit it in a snow globe.
Mm-hmm. That's basically what it was. That did not make any sense.
No, it didn't.
And we'll go to your favorite part, where old girl started kicking Jason's butt. Look, it was cool because you get to see him finally get
it's not
owned.
really my favorite part.
I mean, it's cool. You get to finally see him get owned, and she was sexy, and she has a bubbly personality. But
bubbly.
The fight itself was kind of stupid because it kind of again that whole fight should have been the security fighting Jason, and then all the damage she did to him.
Right, and you said about the guns, how her guns knocked him back, but their guns
didn't do nothing.
So
they didn't do dick. They didn't do shit. Gosh.
And you said about when she shot the hole in the door.
She blew. Yeah, she shot the holes in the door so she could kick them through it. And I was like, what was the point of that?
Right. You should have just. And that's where you get Uber Jason and all that.
Her doing that led to Uber Jason, which is like, why the fuck did she do that? She just could have just shot the shit out of him right there. And why in the hell was that door that wall that damn thin?
Right. And then you were like, did you see where he came from? He didn't come out of the room. He came from somewhere else. Teleport.
And then the whole Uber Jason, it's a cool concept. But it doesn't make any sense because
I mean he did look sexy, no missing hair, everything, no missing pieces.
I'm about to say yes, it's plenty of missing hair. It look like
shit.
His head looked like a big ass thumb.
I meant when he was just like regular Jason, you saw little tufts of hair. So I guess all that got shaved off. They gave him a whole new touch up.
I'm about to say, of course it got shaved off, but got blown off. But this is my thing. He don't make sense in his design because one, why in the hell is he wearing a fucking mask? If you're gonna go by the thing looking at him as a human, there's no reason for him to have a mask. All of that, no reason. The metal, the way it's on him, there's no reason it would come out looking like that. None.
They wanted to make him look actually badass.
Yeah, that's all it was. They just wanted some cool, badass looking Jason with red ass eyes and metal. And it's a cool concept.
And the black, I didn't notice the black.
Yeah, it's like melting to his skin and stuff. It looked melted.
So is that part of his what he had on, or is that a whole something new?
I think that was something new.
So they just took off all his old clothes and put him on that.
Which don't make any sense because why would the machine do that? Why wouldn't the machine say, well, it said insufficient substances.
Right.
It should have just stopped there.
So you said it pulled metal from other places around him.
It pulled all his other shit.
It shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it shouldn't have done it. It should have stopped. It said insufficient. It wouldn't have worked. And then how to turn on didn't make any sense. And when it turned on, I'm quite sure you have to set this mug.
They were setting it when they were.
And he didn't get no setup or nothing. What was his body was sitting here twitching, his fingers sitting here playing on the keyboard, and he set it up himself. Like,
so yeah, it's a lot to think about.
And the most useless death they had on this movie, you could tell they were just trying to kill this person off, just for the hell of it.
And that was
Janessa. There was no reason for her to die, because Uber Jason gets outside some kind of way, punches a hole, causing a breach, which that is a thin ass hole because it sounded and looked like paper.
Yeah.
And she gets pulled out after this grate flies against it.
Right.
Now it's been going for like 5 minutes, and there's all this stuff that's flying toward it. Mm-hmm. So I'm quite sure
something should have fly toward it and blocked the hole.
Yes, something would have. Because
it was the wind was quite powerful enough to try to suck all of them back. So something should have came loose and slammed up against that hole, but nothing did.
Yeah, the grate is part of the floor. That should have been the last thing to come up. But all this other loose metal stuff that they got around, all this other stuff that they had, the chairs and stuff didn't get sucked into it, but this grate come off the floor and sucked her and then turn her to the ground.
That was strong to suck a whole person through there.
Which it'll make you think, even if it did do that, would it actually make them suck them through that like that?
No. Like I said,
it would have probably, she would have just been stuck there.
She would have just been just like that, and probably maybe some of her whatever, some of her body parts would have went through there, some of her skin, but not her whole damn body.
But depending, like if you have a big ass or something, like one of your ass cheeks probably would have got caught in it. I don't know, or if you got like a fat back, that some of the fat would have been like.
Right, and after he punched. Where did he go?
He teleported again.
He was holding on, like, make sure he don't get sucked through there, like.
That boy's like, I want to see what kind of gifts come out. I want to see. He like, pow, let me see who come out. So, yeah. Ground beef. Okay. So, like, and even kind of how, just look, it's an interesting movie. It's, if you want to kill time, it's a time waster. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's stupid. It don't make any sense. And of course, by the end of the movie, it's like 4 survivors. Mm-hmm. This movie it could have been better. A hell of a lot better. I'm sorry. It could have. It's a hell of a lot better than Leprechaun in Space. Yeah. Leprechaun 4.
It says Jason goes to the future, but the story's still stuck in the past.
Yes. So, yep.
Look, somebody quoted one of the film's lines, "This sucks on so many levels." That's what Janessa said. And she got sucked up in the thing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. It was just...
What does that say? Wittily scripted, smartly directed, and well played by
that was in the United Kingdom.
This is a real treat for those who have suffered through the story so far? Who the hell is this person? Look, they got their opinion, but the movie sucked. If you watched all of the... That must be the first time they seen Friday the 13th. Or maybe the second movie they watched. But come on now, look. The movie could have been better. It is leagues better than Hellraiser in space. Leprechaun in space. Mm-hmm. We don't need no more killers in space like this. Could have been a hell of a lot better, but a lot, again, it goes back to, they try to go back to all of these stupid tropes that don't work nowadays.
Instead of growing with the, with the year, they still keep trying to keep it stuck to where the first Jason came out, which was in the 80s?
They keep sticking to those same tropes. Yeah. The kids are one-dimensional. All they talk about is sex. Mm-hmm. You don't know anything about them. They make dumb decisions. Jason is doing things that... and I can understand these futuristic movies, the weapons aren't as cool as you want them to be. Because even in Starship Troopers, I complained about how big and bulky and ineffective their weapons was. Mm-hmm. But... And then a lot of these futuristic low-budget movies, they make them like this. But it's like, come on, nah. And I can understand, like I said, they only had $11 million, $14 million. That ain't a lot. And if you're gonna go for something like this, you can't go cheesy. If you ain't got money like that, you can't go cheesy. You gotta come smart.
Right. The suit alone for Jason probably cost them half of it.
You gotta be smart. And like I said, I could get behind the set pieces and stuff because they don't got money like that. But at least give us a good script. This could have been a really good...
It really could have.
It could have. But they just... Everything from the moment you see this thing... What did I say? The first thing I said. I said, why do they got this scared dude sitting here watching Jason?
Right.
That does not make no sense.
No kind of armor on. I didn't really see a weapon. And the room was just, come on, the room they were in.
And it wasn't like he was sitting here in front of a locked room with Jason in the locked room. He's literally just standing there in chains. There's no cameras. There's no other guards. There's no weapons.
Talking about he's sedated. Really?
It's just stupid. Look, I'm done. I'm done with this movie. Okay? If y'all like it, go ahead. This movie... Kiss my ass. Like I said, it's a time waster. It's fun, but just don't take it seriously. That's something I'm trying not to do because I'm just looking at it, I'm like, this movie just irks me. Anyway, what would you give it?
Well, I go with a 2 out of 5.
I was based on the
I was
entertainment.
gonna say 1, but um, the some of the characters like Brodsky and maybe Rowan and KM. It's just the characters. Like the story didn't make any sense. So
I I would say honestly, I'd give it a 3.
okay.
It's shitty, but at least there's some fun, entertainment value. The story's stupid, but it's kind of like it could have been better given the actual person that gave a shit. Performances aren't bad. They're just not. You know, some of them are more memorable than others. You got the black dude. I actually liked him.
It's always the same thing. It's just
It's
you
the
can't.
same story, but
They're not serious.
yeah.
So
Whoever wrote the script did not take this serious. But like I said, it is hard to sell to have Jason in the future, and I guess it's the best they could do. But anyways, well, you heard what she said. She gave it a 2 out of 5. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Like I said, if it wasn't for me just being at least entertained, then I'd have bumped it down to a 2. And like I said, I hated the Hellraiser one, and I hated the Leprechaun. Them, I would have gave them zeros. But I don't go that low. But anyways, guys, in the comment section below, let us know what are your thoughts about Jason X. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you think they could have done better? Do you think it works as a Friday the 13th B movie? And also, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel. We'll catch you guys later.